Okay, can you see what I'm doing?
Yeah, I'm seeing.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is actually try and get for a Ling Roach Baneling attack, which is really good against any kind of Terran play, especially when they go like Marines or when they go like Hellions, which is pretty much always what they do.
Yeah.
It's not that super hard to actually pull it off. You just need to do the build order really strict. So if you do the build order really strict, I'm pretty sure you will actually do it properly. And you will be probably winning like 90% of the games. Just straight up. However, you will also get a third base up. So the third base you can use, of course, to drone up. I'm not really gonna worry too much with my overlords this game, by the way. Okay. So when you do this build order, you will actually have a really solid plan when you go into a game, you know? I think that's one of the things that you're really missing, like having a solid game plan for what you want to go up to. Especially because this build order is a little bit of pressure early on, and you will also be able to macro out of it good. So it's just a standard build order, really. However, you just add a Roach Warren after some time. So, just gonna open up standard with a 15 hatch. Don't know if you're watching from my vision or not, or...
Yeah, from your vision.
Okay. Trying not to spam. Okay. So I'm gonna just follow it up with a 16 spawning pool.
And 17 gas.
No, I'm actually gonna delay the gases quite a lot. I know a lot of players actually like going for gases first, but I think it's much better to get 4 queens early on. 4 queens is really useful for like both defense. Even some players are getting 6 queens right now. 6 queens is also really good, but
wow.
4 queens you could almost like defend my little push with the Marines with just queens, you know. If you had like 6 queens, it would have been perfect. You could have just been able to defend most of that with just queens. So I'm just gonna go for a 17 overlord, so it's just 16 hatch, 15 hatch, 16 pool, 17 overlord. And as soon as my pool finishes, I'm actually going to start double queen. Okay, and I'm gonna make sure when you select your drones like this, you probably know that, but you need 2 rows of drones, you know?
I usually take like 2 with a half.
Okay, now it's a lot better to actually have 16, because 16 is like 2 of those rows downstairs. That way you will make sure that you have 2 drones per mineral patch. So it's a lot more effective than actually having 2, 2.5. So I'm just gonna add another overlord right now, and I'm making that overlord so I can queue up 2 more queens. So right now I'm actually adding on more queens.
We require more minerals.
I'm gonna inject with this once, and then walk it to my natural. So right now I have 2 more queens on the way, still no gases. And I'm gonna take my gases at 5-minute mark. If you take a look right now in the bottom right, you can actually see that's 5-minute mark now. So I'm gonna go for double gases right away. I'm actually gonna re-rally my main again. And also gonna add some more gases. Or some more overlords. So from here on out, it's actually not that hard. You just make drones when you can. And you make drones until 44 at max. So it might sound a little bit complicated when you hear it like this. But you just need to keep your injects up right now and start spraying some creep. But as soon as you execute the build, you will notice that it's not really that hard. So right now I'm at 44, and I'm actually going to send 1 drone to my 3rd base because I want to have a 3rd base up. If you are getting higher in the league... Sorry?
Yeah, you have 300 minerals. Yeah, it's probably time.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get my first 100 gas, gonna get Zerging speed, and I'm instantly gonna add a Roach Warren. The Roach Warren is really important, and from now on I'm just gonna be injecting. I'm gonna make 3 more overlords, and I'm just gonna save up a little bit of minerals until my Roach Warren is done. So right now I'm not producing anything. I'm just producing the Roach Warren, a few overlords, and waiting. So of course you will need to check a little bit for what the Terran player is doing. But most of the time they will not have anything, or they have like 1 bunker. The only real way to defend this is by getting a lot of like 3 or 4 bunkers up, but that doesn't really happen. So as you can see, My injects pop off right now, which is right before the roach warren finishes, and I can start a bunch of roaches right away. So I have about 10 roaches on the way right now, and I'm also gonna add a baneling nest after the roach warren. And I'm gonna reinforce with zerglings. So from now on, I'm not gonna make any more roaches. I'm just gonna make zerglings from now on, and actually rally everything to his watchtower. And it's not really hard to execute. You just can't really slip up, you know. If you forget your gases, you can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
If you forget inject, it will be a lot weaker. But it's not really that complicated. So now I'm gonna re-rally everything to my third base, and I'm actually gonna drone behind this. So here we go. I have a lot of stuff right here. Gonna wait for my baneling nest to finish right there, and I'm gonna make a bunch of banelings, and I'm just gonna make drones. Oh, well, it turns out I'm supply block, but as you can see, I have a lot of stuff right now, and most of the time this is the moment where they add tech labs and reactors, you know. So at this point,
yeah, and they have like 4 Hellions on
like 4 Hellions and 6 Marines.
Like nothing.
Yeah, and there you come in. So the biggest strength of this is because right now I'm also making like 16 drones or 17 drones or so to my third base.
Oh yeah.
And I'm also having 4 queens up in case he goes for banshees. And behind this, I can pretty much do whatever I want. I can add like double evolution chamber. I can go for a lair, depending on what I see. So it's a really nice build order just to open up the game. So I hope it's not too confusing for you.
No, it sounds okay and looks okay. Nothing special. No, nothing difficult with it.
Yeah. It's pretty easy to execute, and I'm sure, especially I win a lot of games with this. I win like, I guess like 60% of the Terran games where they go for a command. Well, when they go for a command center first, I win like probably pretty much all games with this. Especially the versus command center first is really good. And versus one Rex expand, they defend maybe it like half of the time. But you know, it shouldn't be. In Platinum League, I'm pretty sure you will just win pretty much every game with it.
I really like this move with a late gas, that you delay the gas till the 5 minutes, because I feel I always, when have a game against a Terran opens with expand, I have these links. I have this speed at like around of 4:30 or 5 minutes, and I don't need it till the 8 or 9 minute mark.
Yeah, I actually noticed that, like, last game you had, or it was the game that we played, you made Zergling speed really early, but you didn't do anything with it. It's like...
Yeah, it's not...
It's just, I guess, you made it for safety or something, but I guess it's...
I did it just because of, I watched a video about, like, Stefano's style, and he takes this speed really fast always, and just do it like... pro people do it, I will do it the same.
Yeah, well, it's a little bit of an older style, like... people were always thinking that you needed Zerglings to defend early on, and then it turns out queens are really good. So, like a few months ago, I guess like 3 months ago, maybe when you quit, they actually buffed the queen. They gave it that range attack. I don't know if you noticed that, but
yeah, it was a mega range, like 7.
Yeah, well, it's a lot stronger now. So you can actually defend versus Hellions. You can defend versus Marines. You can defend against a lot of stuff with just queens. So queens are gonna be... Well, I think even like in a few months people will start using even more queens, because queens also have transfuse, you know? Transfuse is really good.
Zergling speed, yes, and roach warren, yes.
Okay, nice.
That's new stuff.
Yeah, it's good. You're doing it really nicely, actually. So you need 2 more Overlord until you're in like 70s in supply. Inject, inject. This inject is really important. Go, 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 go. Inject. It's okay. Okay, so now you just wait for your roach warren to finish, and you slam out like this.
Start a baneling nest.
Yeah, after making roaches.
Yeah.
So you just try and get out as many roaches as you can. A lot. There we go. And now what you could also do, yeah, is actually poke up there and see what is up. and just wait for your banelings to really engage. But would be a lot better if you actually had a real opponent. You're doing this really nicely, I'll be honest. So now you can just drone up your third base behind it and start a lair as well, or double evolution chamber, or just go for your standard kind of play.